By Alistair Grant. It was the so-called Youthquake, a phenomenon so powerful it was chosen as Oxford Dictionaries' Word of the Year. When Theresa May was unexpectedly deprived of her majority in 2017, fingers pointed to a surge in young people registering to vote and backing Labour. Just days after the general election, the fields of Glastonbury's world-famous festival erupted to chants of "Oh, Jeremy Corbyn." But research later suggested young people did not sway the last election. In fact, the British election study found there was little change in turnout by age group, although this conclusion has been questioned by others. A rise in people registering to vote over the last few weeks, particularly among the under-34s, has again raised questions over the impact of the young on the UK's political future. Tomorrow, a Question Time special, which will be broadcast at 8:30 p.m. across BBC One, BBC Radio 1 and 1 Extra, will allow a selected audience of under-30s to quiz party figures. Professor Sir John Cortis, the UK's foremost polling guru, said an iron rule of politics is that young people are less likely to turn out and vote. He added, "But I would say there's potential room for the gap to narrow, even if it doesn't disappear entirely." He said younger voters are still more likely to vote Labour, although the picture is different in Scotland due to the success of the SNP. Across the UK as a whole, the more young people turn out to vote the better the prospects are for Labour, he said. Mark Diffley, an independent pollster and former Ipsos Mori Scotland director, said UK-wide polling shows a very linear relationship between your age and who you are likely to support. He said, "The younger you are, the more likely you are to support Labour, and the older you are, the more likely you are to support the Tories. That is absolutely baked into the data. It doesn't really matter which poll you look at, that is a feature of all the polling that we see to various degrees. Age is definitely a key factor. And it's also true to say, therefore, that the higher the turnout among young people, then absolutely the better Labour would expect to do." Mr. Diffley pointed to a recent YouGov poll, which showed about 50% of 18-24-year-olds said they would vote Labour on Thursday, with only 20% backing the Conservatives. Among the oldest age group, those over the age of 65, it found 66% said they would vote Tory. Just 13% said they would plump for Jeremy Corbyn's party. Mr. Diffley is wary of stereotypes when it comes to the reasons behind low youth turnout. "Habit plays a part," he said. "If you have voted before, you are more likely to do so again." He added, "For some it will be a lack of interest, for others it might be that they live more mobile lifestyles and so forth." For more on this story, visit the news article link.